Uh-oh. Wendy Chu's awake and ready to terrorize WWE.
The following is a championship first round match. Making her way to the ring from Chinatown, New York, Wendy Chu.
Wendy Chu used to be bright and bubbly. What happened to her?
I think she just got tired of not being taken seriously. Now, things are different. No one wants to mess with the all-new Chu.
And you can count me among them. Wendy Chu she's scary.
I'll be honest with you, Cole, I like the mind games. Wendy Chu puts her opponents off balance.
Chu wants to haunt the dreams of her competition to live rent-free inside their heads.
But above all, Wendy's looking to get a big win and get right back to her nightmares, I think. The Prodigy is here.
And her opponent from Laredo, Texas, Roxanne Perez.
Look, I love the story of how she would get on a Greyhound bus in her teenage years to take a 5-hour trip from Laredo to Houston just to train in your school.
Yes, indeed. That showed me a whole lot about Roxanne Perez, that, she's not here just to take part in this business. She's here to take over. She's here to take over.
So much success, so young.
Well, maybe that's why Perez feels so entitled. But then again, I guess it's not entitlement when you're as good as Roxanne.
And here we go in this tournament matchup. Who will move forward? Who will be erased off the bracket?
Tournaments have a tendency of surprise results, so we'll see if this match continues that pattern. The disrespect can be tasted in their mouth.
She's looking to go top rope here.
Oh, my God! Wendy steers clear there.
Wow, what a clothesline! And she's returning fire.
And both athletes showing they have each other's number. DDT drives that head into the ground.
Finds a counter for Chu.
Big scoop slam. Drops behind though.
Inverted DDT. Tremendous pressure being applied in this head crank. Might take her head clean off her shoulders. Mounting a downed opponent. Look at them go over and over and over again. And a slap for the exclamation point.
Just going all out with every blow.
From the top, double axe handle connects.
Corey, any tips on how to take on Wendy Chu here? This recent transformation of Wendy's has really flipped the script on what we know about the former queen of sleep style.
I think even with Wendy's transformation, as it were, the key is still to pick up the pace against her, so she ultimately can't keep up. Because Wendy Chu likes a slow... Snapmared over, sleeper hold applied. This could be...
It's over, man. She couldn't hang on.
Now let's take a look back at these ladies in action.
Here is your winner, Wendy Chu.
Just a strong win for Wendy Choo here tonight.
That's why they call it light work, Cole. Barely even broke a sweat. Here comes Sol Ruca.
The following contest is a championship first round match. Making her way to the ring from Honolulu, Hawaii, Sol Ruca.
Sol Ruca has plenty of skill, but she may be a bit too fun-loving at times.
Oh, believe me, Corey, Ruca is serious when the bell rings. Sol Ruca has already created so many viral moments with her unique finisher, the Soul Snatcher. Such an amazing move.
Oh, we might see another clip for the highlight reel tonight. There's a chill in the air, and a storm has arrived.
Jade Cargill bringing new meaning to the term larger than life.
And her opponent, from Vero Beach, Florida, Jade Cargill.
Now, Jade Cargill has had to learn the hard way that you can only trust one person in this business, and that is yourself. Luckily for Jade, she just so happens to be a physical specimen that can more than hold her own against her fellow superstars all by herself.
Jade realizing just how cutthroat things are in WWE has hardened her and only made her more of a threat, which we didn't even think was possible. An absolutely captivating performer. The eyes of the world are on Jade Cargill.
And she is more than ready to give the world a display of her dominance.
At the
Up top, facing the crowd here.
Uh-oh, going up top now. Oh, top rope. This is going to be bad. This is not going to be good. Vicious back suplex.
When all else fails, sometimes you just have to go the high risk and hopefully high reward route.
Driving that knee deep into the enemy. Incredible moonsault.
Things not going well for Jade.
Jade has to trust her instincts at this point.
Oh, slam. And it looked like Jade wasn't able to defend against that.
Yeah, Ruka's building a way to take out the competition.
Wants to finish this. Up high.
Corkscrew senton. And Corey, what's the play here? How do you contend with a powerhouse like Jade Cargill?
Well, obviously, Cole, I wouldn't suggest getting into a test of strength against Jade, but it's possible to outpace her in the ring. A more chaotic and frenetic pace could lead to a misstep here and there from Jade, which is exactly what you want when you're up against her.
Torturing their opponent.
Ruka stringing together a stockpile of offense.
And Jade's clearly struggling to keep up with the pace here. It might be too frenetic for her.
Able to fight out with a punch to the face.
Trying for that scoop slam, but drop behind, and now reversed into an inverted DDT.
Hung out to dry.
Climbing to the top rope here.
Look out.
You gotta be kidding me.
Like a heat-seeking missile right on target.
And just as destructive. And gets tossed back into the mat. Ah, jeez. Her endurance is really being tested now.
Trying to push through the pain to go the distance in this tournament, no matter the cost.
Into a monkey flip.
Taking a timeout, it seems. She may be looking to recuperate. And a schoolboy catching their opponent by surprise. How in the world did she just kick out before the referee's 1 count? Gets out of dodge.
Going to power slam, one slide off the backside there.
From behind into an inverted DDT. What's Ruka thinking here? From the top.
No. Rough landing there. Oh, yeah. Full contact right there.
Jade is in a distressing spot.
Ruka is fired up, gentlemen. She's making her way to ringside now.
Caught with a jawbreaker.
Cargill finally finding an answer to that onslaught.
Jade showing it's not a time for lying down. It's a time for fighting back.
Now bringing the fight back into the ring. Clothesline! Trying to work the arm. Momentum now.
exposed.
Cargill now on the offensive. That can make an opening for her. Now, how she had this match planned.
This is a bleak-looking situation. It might be over here soon.
Taking advantage of the opportunity. 2. And this one is over. Now let's take a look at some of the great tournament action we just had the pleasure of watching.
Here is your winner, Ruka!
What a win for Sol Ruka.
The bright lights, the cheers of the crowd. Man, Sol Ruka is loving every second of this.
Here comes the one and only Zarya. A road-tested warrior who enjoys the thrill of combat.
The following contest is a championship first round match. Making her way to the ring from Adelaide, Australia, Zarya.
The Australian powerhouse, Zarya, has had her fair share of ups and downs since landing in the WWE.
You know, that's because sometimes she thinks with her heart instead of her head. That's not what this business is about.
I know we all know what this business is about.
I'm just saying, she needs to start looking out for herself here. Check it out, man. It's gonna get hot in here. Oh, yes.
And her opponent from Monterrey, Mexico, Flammer.
The devil herself has arrived. Flammer has been the most dominant female competitor to ever come out of Mexico. 900-plus days holding the top title in women's lucha libre, and I can definitely see her keeping that fire burning here in WWE.
She's proven herself in Mexico. One of the top women to come from south of the border, man. But now, Flammer has to prove herself in the WWE. Let's go.
And of all the possible matchups in this tournament, I'd say we've got one of the best in front of us right now.
Look, I'll admit I've had my fingers crossed it would work out this way. This one has real show-stealing potential.
Drop those ready.
Lift off. Whoa! Cross body.
Clothesline.
Heading up to the top turnbuckle. Looks like she's heading back into the ring.
And boom.
Unbelievable athleticism.
Quick reflex is so important in a match like this. Flammer is overwhelming the opposition here.
Zarya looks to have been well
To the sky. Whoa, look out.
That was absolute lunacy.
Landing with such force.
Kick to the body as the arm trapped. Tremendous athleticism. Dribbling the opponent's head like a basketball.
Bam! She flipped that attack around. She's able to nip things in the bud here.
That might be what gets Zarya out of jeopardy.
Inverted DDT. Flammer tying her opponent up in knots at this point, and this could be brutal.
Wayne Clever. Flammer has that determined look on her face. Flammer.
Flammer driver. Flammer has this wrapped up.
Cover. She did it. She picked up the victory. A lot of action in that match. Let's have a look.
here is your winner, Flammer.
Zarya understandably disappointed over the results in this one.
Truly, this was about as one-sided a match as it gets. Wow!
Bow down to the Queen, Charlotte Flair. True wrestling royalty.
You can have your opinions, you can have your favorites, but for my money, unequivocally, the GOAT is Charlotte Flair.
The following contest is a championship first round match. Making her way to the ring from the Queen City, Charlotte Flair.
She's the first woman to win multiple Royal Rumbles. A highly decorated champion, the inaugural WWE Women's Champion. And that just scratches the surface when it comes to her accolades.
Classy, elegant, confidently strutting down to the ring. Charlotte Flair has her opponents beat before the bell even rings.
Whether you like it or not, no one can measure up to Charlotte Flair. She was bred for this business and has become the absolute pinnacle.
She really is the biggest challenge there is in this women's division. Here comes the frightening look, the terrifying intensity of Bull Nakano.
And her opponent from Kawaguchi, Japan, Bull Nakano.
Bull Nakano is a trailblazer, a trendsetter. No one looks like her. No one hits like her. Bull Nakano, man. She changed the game.
And you can see the ripple effect to this day. So many superstars have been inspired by her. Facing perhaps the greatest competitor in women's division history, beating Charlotte will make you a legend.
That's a true statement, but it's only true because of how difficult, borderline impossible it is to achieve this task.
One of these contestants hoping to advance here in this tournament face-off.
Oh, yeah, and that's that added pressure of this being a tournament match. Making it to the next round is the goal, man. And beating your opponent now has to be the focus.
Countering the Queen.
Blow to the abdomen gets them out of that.
Hard slam.
Might take her head clean off her shoulders. Slammed with a purpose. Think about the core strength it took to hoist a large opponent up like that. Into a double knee drop.
She's out of the ring. The referee's count will begin soon. She's in a bad way here. And Nakano is having the fight brought right to her here.
Yeah, Charlotte was really showing off her unmatched skill. Pulled back into the hip toss.
And Nakano is really being knocked over.
Uh-oh, way too...
Oh, got the knees up. Saw it coming.
Snapmare. We got it covered. This one's far from over.
She's trying to make it an early night.
Placing her against the turnbuckle here.
Charlotte Flair is such a hard-hitting arsenal. Corey, is there any way you can take the edge off her offense?
You really want to focus on those long limbs of hers, Cole. If you can wear down her arms and legs, you'll make her half as dangerous. That's your best bet.
She's making the climb to the top rope.
Up high, through the air, and connects.
There was no sense in that. It was all adrenaline.
Thrown out of ringside and back to the mat. From the top.
Elbow drop, good Lord. Consecutive high-risk maneuvers, and the pace of this match has certainly picked up. From above. Sky high. Wow.
Cross body.
A helter helter-skelter attitude here, getting to the bottom and going back to the top again and again. Tremendous pressure being applied in this head crank. Might take her head clean off her shoulders.
Charlotte maintaining a ruthless attack.
Oh, yeah, Charlotte's at full throttle.
We know that taking out the legs is one of the most effective strategies in any match.
And watch the Queen go.
Natural selection by Charlotte.
Can Bull come back from that?
Makes a cover. Oh, she's still alive.
Oh, that was a defiant kick out, man.
And Charlotte has to stay composed, has to keep her cool. She didn't get the result she wanted, but she has to follow up quickly.
To a power slam.
And that might be the start of the momentum swing Bull needed.
She's showing some signs of life here. As graceful as it was damaging, Flair with absolute cruel intentions.
Charlotte now taking control.
Oh, the natural selection.
Bow to the crowd. It's over. And Charlotte is your winner. Now's a good time to look at some of the highlights from that last matchup.
Here is your winner, Charlotte Flair.
Charlotte wins here quite impressively.
An absolute statement by the victor here tonight. What a steamrolling. Well, she's ready to get in there and put someone's lights out.
The following contest is a championship tournament semi-finals match. Making her way to the ring from Chinatown, New York, Wendy Choo.
Can't help but wonder what kind of dark slumber party Wendy's planning here.
She used to be so bright and happy. Now Wendy Choo looks ready to turn the lights out on the competition.
Well, Choo's a capable competitor despite the theatrics. You have to take her seriously, somehow. I'll be honest with you, Cole, I like the mind games. Wendy Choo puts her opponents off balance.
Choo wants to haunt the dreams of her competition to live rent-free inside their heads.
But above all, Wendy's looking to get a big win and get right back to her nightmares, I think.
Surf's up. It's Sol Ruca.
And her opponent from Honolulu, Hawaii, Sol Ruca.
Sol Ruca uses everything she does to influence her style in the ring, from surfing to gymnastics.
Yeah, it makes Ruca very exciting to watch. In fact, it made her a rare double champion as she simultaneously held the North American and Speed Championships.
Wow, that's impressive. Sol Ruca has already created so many viral moments with her unique finisher, the Soul Snatcher. Such an amazing move.
Well, we might see another clip for the highlight reel tonight.
And of all the possible matchups in this tournament, I'd say we've got one of the best in front of us right now.
Look, I'll admit I've had my fingers crossed it would work out this way. This one has real show-stealing potential. Blast off!
Oh, the crossbody for the top.
Got all of it. And a slap for the exclamation point. Every strike more devastating than the last.
Oh, she retaliates. Reversal on Ruca. Forearm smash.
Gonna get it to close out.
Unbelievable standing Spanish fly.
Oh, drop kick. Right on the money.
Boom.
Got flipped upside down there. And Sol Ruca is being controlled here.
A full court press being applied to Sol Ruca.
There's no denying the kind of drive Sol Ruca has. You really can't keep this young woman down or count her out.
Now, that's true, Cole, but you might be able to catch her off guard. As driven as Sol is, she still has that inexperience factor working against her. Sol has a tendency to get caught up in the moment, take her eyes off the action, leaving herself open and vulnerable. Snapmare over, sleeper hold applied. This could be...
It was just a matter of time. She was helpless to the submission.
And here's another peek at some of the more memorable parts of the match.
Here is your winner, Wendy Choo.
Wendy Choo standing tall after this win.
This isn't Sol Ruca's first wipeout. She'll get back out there soon. Check it out, man. It's gonna get hot in here. Oh, yes.
The following contest is a championship tournament semi-finals match. Making her way to the ring from Monterrey, Mexico, Flammer.
They call this woman Flammer. And it's for good reason, because she's on fire.
Quite a resume for this young woman already, carrying the top women's title in AAA for over 2 years. She's ready to bring that fire to WWE as well.
Can't wait to see her bring the flames to the greatest women's division in the world here in WWE. Let's turn up the heat, baby.
There are only 3 things certain in life: death, taxes, and Charlotte Flair. She is inevitable.
An entrance fit for a queen.
And her opponent from the Queen City, Charlotte Flair.
You gotta hand it to Charlotte, man. She knows exactly what it takes to succeed in the WWE.
One of the original 4 horsewomen. Charlotte really changed what it meant to be a female superstar.
Check her out, man. She was born and bred to be a superstar. It's literally in her DNA.
Holding the record for the most women's titles in history, she's always been an elite caliber competitor.
Already had a Hall of Fame career, man, and she's nowhere near the end of it.
Charlotte just has this unbelievable mix of strength, speed, and athleticism.
Oh, you're absolutely right, Cole. Once Flair takes her opponents to school, it's usually over.
We've seen Charlotte is just obsessed with championship gold and cementing her legacy.
And that is why she is the top name in the game.
And the bell rings for semifinals action.
It's crunch time now, gentlemen. The end is in sight.
Jawbreaker!
Call the dentist.
She turns it around with the reversal.
Quick thinking from her to avoid that. Clothesline!
Off with their head. Clubbing blow stifles the attack. A running Hurricane Rana.
Showing off the quickness. That'll turn things around in a hurry.
Flammer is overwhelming the opposition here.
Perhaps Charlotte needs to go back to the drawing board.
Down with that Rhino.
Put into the corner. What could be next?
And able to beat Flammer to the punch. Finally, Charlotte's able to interrupt these attacks for a moment.
It's time for Flair to take...
Oh, this isn't going to end well. Side slam hooked up for the middle row. Side slam. Oh, no, please don't do this. Going to get themselves disqualified. Oh, no. Oh.
Shattered dreams.
All's fair in love and war, gentlemen. I saw nothing but effective offense.
Just a continuous rush on Charlotte here.
A series of disabling maneuvers from Flammer.
Win at any cost.
Stop jumping down with all their weight.
Corey, what Charlotte's got to do in this one to secure the W? And please don't say, just acknowledge that she's the queen.
Fine, Cole. What Charlotte needs to do is not hold back. She needs to show us some of that. From the heavens, all the way to the outside. You got to be a certain kind of crazy to even think about attempting that kind of offense. But I can't say it didn't pay off.
She throws her back in. Ducks underneath. Flammer. Wing clipper. Charlotte is being measured. The end could be near. Charlotte turns it around. At last, Flair keeping that string of offense in check.
Now's a chance for Flair to get back into this match.
Dribbling the opponent's head like a basketball.
Flammer with a depth. Trapping the arm. Crossface. Oh, the crossface is in good. I don't know how she's going to get out of this. Trying to break the grip and does. That was a great move.
Body slam slipped out.
Inverted DDT connects. Oh, what a clothesline.
Oh, my goodness. Dribbling the opponent's head like a basketball.
Stalking from above.
Taking flight.
Oh, the high risk does not pay off.
And Charlotte is being controlled here.
Flammer is reaching that other level.
Charlotte is really feeling the pain that's been dealt out so far.
Talk about dire straits. I'm not sure how much longer they're going to be able to keep going at this point.
What a Frankensteiner.
Oh, man. Put everything behind that kick.
Flammer gonna go behind, locks it up here. Oh, we're gonna go for the run.
Wing clipper.
Flammer has that determined look on her face.
And back elbow creates separation.
And Flammer.
Flammer driver.
Is Flammer closing this out?
Going for the cover. Ah, she picked up the victory. Picked up the victory. Now let's take a look at some of the great tournament action we've just had the pleasure of watching.
Here is your winner, Flammer.
An unfortunate loss for Charlotte Flair.
Flammer proving once again why she is not to be taken lightly. You will get burned.
Well, she's ready to get in there and put someone's lights out.
Tournament and is for the WCW Women's Championship. Making her way to the ring from Chinatown, New York, Wendy Choo.
Wendy Choo used to be bright and bubbly. What happened to her?
I think she just got tired of not being taken seriously. Now, things are different. No one wants to mess with the all-new Choo.
And you can count me among them. Wendy Choo she's scary.
I'll be honest with you, Cole, I like the mind games. Wendy Choo puts her opponents off balance.
Choo wants to haunt the dreams of her competition to live rent-free inside their heads.
But above all, Wendy's looking to get a big win and get right back to her nightmares, I think.
Check it out, man. It's gonna get hot in here. Oh, yes.
And her opponent from Monterrey, Mexico, Flammer.
The devil herself has arrived. Flammer has been the most dominant female competitor to ever come out of Mexico. 900-plus days holding the top title in women's lucha libre, and I can definitely see her keeping that fire burning here in WWE.
She's proven herself in Mexico. One of the top women to come from south of the border, man. But now, Flammer has to prove herself in the WWE. Let's go.
You can see it in the eyes of each individual. Only razor-sharp focus when this much is on the line.
These superstars have battled through and finally made their way to the final round.
It all comes down to this. All the work, all the effort, all for this moment. Ooh. Boom. Oh, what a forearm. Gotta respect the strategy to work over the arm. Might take her head clean off her shoulders. Belly.
She's now looking a bit worse for wear.
Yeah, she is teetering on the edge of being eliminated from this tournament, Cole.
Oh, clothesline! Wendy is taking charge.
And Flammer is...
Here we go! Corey, I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to ask you to try and get into Wendy Choo's headspace for a second here. What do you think Wendy's strategy is in this one? What tricks does she have up her pillowcase?
Yeah, I'm not even going to begin to try and rationalize Wendy's mindset here, Cole. I will say, though, I'm not exactly opposed to this more aggressive side of Wendy. So she should just keep doing whatever she's doing. Preferably far away from us, because it's definitely something that's working.
Powered up, but dropping behind. Cranking the neck with the DDT. Whipped clear out of the ring. Has to be all out of sorts right now.
Just a blitz of offense on Flammer here.
And this more aggressive side of Wendy Chu continues to pay dividends.
Finds a counter for Chu. And Flammer needed that badly.
Flammer was getting grinded down, but could have just started a quick turnaround here.
Oh, right into a counter. And a counter. A counter by Flammer.
Oh, but got called with a big shot to the face.
Into a leg.
And Chu could be the one sending her opponent to dreamland after that. Flammer's being carefully measured now. Snapmare over, sleeper hold applied. This could be better.
WWE Universe, welcome to the championship reign of Wendy Chu.
We got our money's worth with that one. Take a look.
Here is your winner, and the new WCW Women's Champion, Wendy Chu.
A night and title change we will all remember for a very long time.
We really are looking at a new era, Cole. Soak it in.